Hello and welcome to another episode of the Top Podcast. This week we will be discussing episode 3 of Alien Earth. This show is rated TV MA, so if you are a minor, please seek parental approval before continuing. If you are above 18, viewer discretion is advised. As always, I'm your host Mike, joined by my good buddy Dan.
What's up, guys?
In person. This week, Kyle will not be joining us because he is actually pitching a movie to a potential investor, and so I wouldn't show up to a podcast either if I had that option, you know?
Let's go, Kyle.
So, good luck, bud. Looking forward to seeing you again next week. And otherwise, we'll jump right into it. So, the big event right up front, the Xenomorph dies off screen, basically to start the episode. What did you think about that?
I mean, like, as soon as the door shut, I kind of saw it coming, but I didn't want it to happen because, you know, it's the third episode of an 8-episode series. You're like, yeah, I know there's going to be another one, but now we have to delay it a bit and wait for another one to grow.
And it feels a little anticlimactic to have a Xeno get beheaded off screen.
Not just any Xeno either. We established this thing is just like a walking killing machine.
Yeah.
Like, it could wipe entire rooms. I had to say, like, a rough kill count till now has to have been at least, like, 10 or 15 people.
Oh, no question. No question. If you would put a gun to my head, I'd have said 20 without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
I probably would be shooting high, but that's what it feels like. And then, like, I don't have a problem with establishing, like, okay, Wendy can one-on-one a Xenomorph, especially when she's already stabbed.
Yep.
But it does kind of diminish the threat of the Xenomorph a little bit that a singular hybrid can just body this thing with a with a sword. It does kind of, I don't know. It takes away from the scariness that they've set up with this thing in the first 2 episodes.
Granted, to add to what you just said, I think it's setting the stage for what these kids are capable of, whether they realize it or not. And I think we explore that a lot more with other characters in this episode.
That's true.
Too. Like, not just from like a physical fighting standpoint, just like a mental standpoint. They're starting to advance a lot quicker than I think a lot of us would have expected.
Yeah.
So you've got 6 of these potentially Xenomorph killing beings.
Right. That's true.
Like,
and 6 eggs. So
good catch there.
yeah.
Good catch.
I mean, I just put it together, but you know.
No.
But it, you know, and it is interesting because you get that shot pretty early on where all 3 of them are laid out. You got your human, your hybrid, and your Xenomorph all either dead or, you know, dying, or at least in critical condition, we'll say. And then all 3 of those, they're all off the table for this next episode, which actually makes it feel... It kind of makes sense why they released episode 1 and 2 in tandem, because it's almost like they didn't feel like a 2-parter so much at the time. But looking back, it's like, okay, it's a slow burn, and then it picks up and gets crazy, and that's kind of what the pilot does. It's like, okay, here's what the rest of the show is going to be, and now we're setting the table for the rest of the show going forward, and we're able to spend more time with these minor characters now that the 3 big dogs we've been focused on are all kind of out of commission for a bit. And it was really interesting. We got to explore, let's see, we got the cyborg. I have not learned the names of all the Lost Boys yet, but I've been calling her Red, girl with the red hair. She's not well right now.
She's processing all the trauma all of a sudden. Like, it seems like a bit of a design flaw to make a half-human android hybrid kind of thing be able to process that, because it feels like that would make it, you know, more miserable for them. But...
yeah, like I get the idea of wanting to be like, oh yeah, we simulate still feeling human, but like, yeah, maybe we turn that dial down a little bit. Like, go into the settings, fix that, at least for her.
She was clearly a little fucked up this whole time.
It was like, it's not good. And then, I don't have their names either, but you got the Indian and the black guy.
Smee is the black guy for sure.
Smee is the black guy, okay.
Yeah.
And I love their dynamic.
I thought they stole the show this episode.
Yeah,
I really did.
They were so good. Just the play they have together, but their interaction with the cyborg. And I thought at first that like when you see the thing on his neck, you go, oh man, like the cyborg hurt him and he just healed really quick. And then he starts hearing the voice and you're like, oh, he bugged him. Which is also, I'm putting this all together in real time. It's interesting because now you got cyborgs forcibly implanting things in each other. just like you got the xenomorph. It's like there's all sorts of weird, unasked for implantation in new ways.
Strange parallels that you wouldn't think are there, but they're there.
Yeah.
They're there.
And then, of course, the episode ending with the... I have so many questions about the face hugger and then the chest burster being surgically removed. Now it's being implanted into the lung of the brother.
Yep.
Like...
Fascinating, I will say, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is the first time we've really seen how that process works, like, on an inside level. We've always seen the outside where a face hugger just attaches to a guy, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's really all you see of it until they fall off the face and then it comes out of their chest.
Yeah.
Now you can literally see they're actually like a little...
It's like a tadpole.
Yeah, literally like an embryonic tadpole or something just, like, flies into his lung.
Yeah.
Like,
It's wild. Yeah, so I mean, I got like all these things super interesting. So, where do you want to start? Because there's a lot to unpack with all of it.
I guess backing up a little bit with the discussion between the cyborg and the two kids.
Yeah. That question,
Yeah.
when is a machine not a machine, really playing into the theme of AI and humanity and where's that line, but kind of from like the opposite angle.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with that one for sure. And like it's just interesting to see like these two are very similar but not the same, like cyborg and hybrid.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I detected like a hint of jealousy when he realized that they were fully synthetic but still had some kind of human essence to them.
He doesn't know what they are, but he can tell they're different. And because the parallel is essentially of the hybrid, which is a human consciousness downloaded into the synthetic body, where the cyborg starts all human, and you're doing almost the opposite thing, where you're just implanting all this cybernetic, enhancement, and you're trying to make the human body as robotic as possible. So it's almost like you're working towards the same ends in reverse order.
I like that.
I
like that way of looking at it.
And so, when we keep asking like, okay, where is the line of humanity is the question we've been asking, but now the cyborg says when is a machine not a machine? And in the same way, you're asking the same question, but from opposite directions. I think the cyborg's becoming my favorite character.
Yeah, there's a lot more layers of depth that we got with him. We learned a lot more about him now. I mean, like, we know now that he has a family, or at least had one at some point.
Right? His daughter hated raisins.
Yeah.
Weird thing to remember. When someone's like, hey, tell me about your daughter, I don't start with her dislikes. Maybe that's a quirk I have, but I thought that was so bizarre that was the thing he held on to.
I mean, at least he held on to something, I guess.
That's fair.
But yeah, like, clearly this guy really invested in his work. He really wants to get this done. He's really on the Wayland train here.
Oh yeah,
or Yutani train, I guess you could say. I don't even think it's fair to say Wayland at this point.
No,
he's not the forefront anymore.
No, well, and also like he says like everyone I've ever known is dead.
Yeah,
and she's like, oh, you should have read your contract. And he's like, I'm not complaining. Like you can just kind of tell he didn't like his life. Like I think he was so on board with going and just letting it all fade away behind him. Which, maybe I don't know if his daughter's dead or if he didn't get along with his daughter, but like maybe that could be why he remembered, like, even the fond thing he remembers is she didn't like raisins. Like something about that is just like that screams to me something wasn't right with what his life was before. And so now it's like all he has is the work. And it's so fat. It's all he has is the work, and he's trying to escape his humanity. It feels like, and he said they were talking about, I think it was Timothy
Oliphant.
Thank you.
Yep.
I always want to say elephant. I know I'm wrong. Yeah, I think they were talking. He was like, "You lost a lot of friends, did you?" He doing this cost him a lot. And so it's just it's a fascinating multi-layer thing that I'm looking forward to having the onion peeled back on. Spray paint guy is back.
Yeah, what's up with that guy? I know, like, we're building towards some kind of answer with it, but Now he's in a different room. I don't know if you caught that.
Was it a different room?
So he was in the hallway.
Yep.
From the first 2 episodes.
Yep.
But he was also in a second room, or it was an entirely different person.
Okay.
Before Wendy got into the lab.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that was a different. You're right. That was a different hallway.
Yeah.
Good catch. And like his mask was a little up. Like you could see his face. And,
Taking a smoke break while working with chemicals.
like.
Kind of ironic when you think about it.
Well, I mean, if we're being honest, worse things are going to happen to people than the consequences of his smoke break. So,
Totally fair.
You may as well enjoy it before all hell breaks loose. But yeah, that is driving me crazy. And that's another interesting thing. Wendy finally wakes up, and I am so fascinated by what it is she's auditorily connected to. I must have made 7 verbal guesses during
this is like rapid fire.
the scene alone. I was like, it's this. No, it's this. Like, because one, why is she connected to whatever it is she has this connection with? Like, it feels like a psychic link. But if we're going to get into psychic links, that's a whole new can of worms that it feels like Alien hasn't really explored. And so if we're not also dealing with the supernatural, which is, I'm going to assume and hope that we're not. I could live without that. Why is this happening is such a fascinating question to me. And then what is she connected to? Because they keep cutting back to the same egg in the chamber, even though they were cutting open a face hugger. Mm-hmm. But whatever is happening whenever they cut to Wendy, it seems like the spikes were directly correlated to what was happening to the face hugger. But the focus on the egg is so interesting to me. And so my thought is, I'm going all the way back to the Aliens episode that we did. There was some slight disagreement on, did the egg at the end of Aliens open on its own, or can the queen control when the egg opens up? And if the queen can control when the egg opens up, at that point it tells me that there's some kind of connection, some kind of psychic connection between the queen and the face huggers, which that for whatever reason doesn't bother me. Like if the aliens have their own like mind meld thing, great. Just keep Wendy out of it. I don't know why. Maybe I'm a hypocrite, but like ultimately, I don't know. I feel like there's a queen in that egg, and Wendy is connecting to the queen, and then we're experiencing the connection to all the things that are ultimately also connected to the queen. And then maybe she's picking up some kind of static. I don't know, but that's going to be really fascinating to keep our eyes on. I'm really curious.
I honestly have no doubt that there's going to be a queen in this show.
Right.
Whether it's already out or it's in the egg. I actually really like the theory you have going about how it can like IT help desk remote into another egg to open it up. Like, it lends to the hive mind idea that we've had in the previous movies and just reinforces it.
Yeah. Because we never see him talking.
Yeah.
The screeching doesn't feel
like communication.
Yeah, it just feels like screeching. So like in my head there's some kind of link that they use to, I'm good with that. That doesn't bother me. I think that's perfectly fine lore. And so I don't know. I don't know what it is, but that's got to be the thing that's got me most intrigued right now.
Something I keep latching on to, though, from, I can't remember if it was episode 1 or episode 2, was the hearing test that they had Wendy do.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is related, what you're talking about.
Maybe she's just picking up a
frequency
that they communicate on. That could be it. It could be that simple. Also, that would be fascinating if the aliens have some kind of hive mind functionality. If you have the right level of microphone, you can tap into what's going on in this biological radio transmission. That would be a game changer.
That'd be different, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I would give the humans a serious leg up that they desperately need.
Yeah, but then I feel like you run the risk of writing yourself into a hole because they wouldn't know that later.
Yeah.
In the other movies.
It would be something
I really like that idea.
Yeah,
but
I think it would be something at best that we find out and then lose.
Yeah.
But, just cool. I mean, I'm always good with more lore, even if later people don't have it. Boy Genius and the girl who wants to be the new favorite.
Yeah, what? I don't know her name either.
I'm giving up on names. Better Podcast would have done a smidge of prep, but we literally just finished the episode, and are jumping right in. So sorry, folks.
She had a New Zealander accent. Let's just call her the New Zealander or something
All right,
like that.
sold. Yeah, that was such a fascinating conversation. She's like, "Why is Wendy your favorite?" And he's just honest. He's like, "Because she was first." And she's like, "Well, I should be your favorite. I'm better." And like, you see that connection and like, it just feels. I think there's several examples of just the hybrids are kids, and the adults are manipulating and taking advantage of them being kids. And I think Boy Genius is just toying with her for his own amusement. But it is really interesting that like you can tell he thinks maybe I've found my conversation a little bit. And it feels creepy. I don't like anything going on there. Yeah. And yet I'm excited to watch it unfold. TV. Does crazy things to your brain. And then we got the cyborg manipulating the Indian kid.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't got it either. All right. We'll get
on that eventually.
we'll get there. But everybody knows who I'm talking about. Yeah. With that, you said something wise. Everybody, he's pumping him up. Everybody needs a friend. Will you be my friend? Mm-hmm. Like, and we know, he told Yutani, I got an in. And it's this child that he knows this is a child, and he knows he can manipulate him. And it's going to be so fun to watch how it all plays out.
Yeah, I mean, this episode was huge, I think, for, like, individual growth of some of those hybrids. Like, I think her name was Nibs, is a redhead.
Okay.
She had her whole, like, trauma dump basically happening the whole episode. You have this New Zealand girl, very clearly ambitious.
Yep.
I don't know. I felt like the personality came on too fast. I feel like we didn't quite see that from her earlier in the show.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away from the fact that I like it.
Yeah, no, it's
it
nice.
is very fascinating the direction they're going with that. So much they can do with it.
Oh, yeah.
But
it almost feels like... Do you think maybe the hybrids could end up kind of turning on each other at some point?
I think the writing's on the wall for that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think back to, like, Lord of the Flies or something like that.
Yeah, it's got that feel of just impending...
Yeah. They'll get along at first. They're kids. But, after a while, things like ego or maybe just, like, personal biases or something like that eventually just overwrite all that. And they're like, okay, you know what? Like, I don't like this kid.
Yeah. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. The next episode feels like it's going to start getting... Like, things are about to start hitting the wall because we just had a whole episode of downtime.
Yeah. And
next episode is the halfway point.
Oh, crap, yeah.
So, like...
Dang.
Mid-season, something happens there. So I think, obviously, we end the episode with the face... Well, not the facehugger. The chest burster being implanted into a lung. Mm-hmm. Which, interesting... I guess it kind of confirms that's where it sits, which makes sense. It goes down your throat.
Yeah.
It's going to grow into your lung. That thing's not going to stay contained.
No, eventually it's going to get big enough.
It's going to come right out of that lung. It's going to go right through that glass.
Yeah, they might not know that. Because, like, I feel like a chest cavity might... Is a chest cavity thicker than glass? That's a good question, actually. But
I don't know, but we saw in the cryopod it came through the chest.
You're right. So
and
yes, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So unless that's some kind of magical science reinforced glass, that thing's getting out.
Yeah.
And it's in the room with everything else.
Yeah.
I think I know where the next episode's going.
We've got a melting pot right there waiting to happen.
It's going to be glorious.
While you're talking about the other creatures in the room, we saw our fifth creature.
We did. What was it, like a giant beetle?
Yeah, it was like some kind of... I think you called it a stag beetle.
Yeah.
It seemed to just be moving around and like it had like a trunk. And I couldn't tell if it was moving things around or what the heck it was doing. It had wings.
Okay.
So...
Don't like that. I hate things with wings. Yeah, they kind of did the thing where it, like, just I'm blind, so my detailed perception's not great, but it felt like it just blended in enough with its surroundings that it's like, okay, there it is.
Yep.
But what is it? Do you think the sheep and the bunny are food?
That's what I was trying to figure out, because like I could see a sheep working for a facehugger if we could
Oh,
work
yeah.
a dog or
and an ox.
Yeah.
In depending on your timeline.
Yeah. A bunny is a stretch, though. Like, that's going to be hard to work.
Hoppin' Jack Xenomorph, here he comes.
I mean, I kind of want to see it, but that doesn't mean it's...
It's going to change Easter for you forever.
Get ready for generational trauma, kids.
Right? Yeah, I thought for sure at first it was like, oh, they're going to implant these animals, but now I'm like, are they going to feed it? It's got to be. Like, those, like, I don't know.
Actually, now that I think about it, it could work, actually, because if they just do the same method where they take the embryo out,
Right?
you don't need the facehugger part.
Honestly, that'd be kind of cool if we saw different xenomorphs from different hosts at the same time.
Yeah.
Maybe you get to amplify the differences and kind of see,
Are some more viable than others,
Right.
kind of thing. Like,
or even just like, so like the idea I think was with, when it came out of the dog, it was naturally a quadruped, and so it's faster, right? Whereas the one that comes out of human is going to be, it can go on all fours, but it's more bipedal.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the one that comes out of a rabbit is able to leap like crazy high. It's got a lot. It's got a 35-foot vertical jump.
the things that thing could do.
Right. And so that would just be interesting. Also, I know they're not going to do it, but a xenomorph with bunny ears. I'd pay good money to see that, or use AI to just generate. Never mind, I wouldn't pay anything. That's gonna be an easy. That'll be something I do for fun later. Maybe I'll throw it on the Instagram. Yeah. Overall, though, I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was really good. We talked to your folks about it.
Yeah.
And they were like, "This is the best episode." I thought it was about to just be action, action, action. It was a slow burn, but
Yeah.
I am so excited for what comes next. I think this was a great episode 3.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at the end of the day, it was a build-up episode, but I think it's going to be very necessary.
Yeah.
Lots of good exposition there.
Yeah, the payoff's going to be really good.
Yeah, I am really interested to see where we go with the hybrids, because we're really starting to see more information from them.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said before, I was really skeptical at first at the whole idea of essentially sending in like 6 Make-A-Wish kids into a battlefield.
Yeah, dude,
like...
it was insane. And I'm still trying to figure out, like, they touched on it, like the two scientists were like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
And I'm still sitting here going, I need to rewatch these episodes, because how did they get this approved again?
Yeah, no,
like,
just kind of happened.
Yeah, like, they were just okay with sending all 6 of their prototypes into a disaster area.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's outrageous. But, I mean, the plot payoff is fantastic, so maybe we let it slide.
And maybe Boy Cavalier knows more than he lets on.
Maybe.
So.
I mean, I'm sure he does.
Well,
the man
yeah.
was typing with his toes, after all. He has
That
the
was an
dexterity
insane.
of a chimp.
That was an insane scene right there. Can you imagine the level of productivity that guy has?
My man did his 10 minutes a day. Now he can drink coffee with his feet. Or he's probably smart enough to drink coffee with his hands while typing with his feet. But, yeah, great episode, and I'm really excited for the next one.
Me too.
So, awesome. Well, I mean, that's all there is to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
On to the next one. If you guys enjoyed, leave us a like, comment, subscribe if you want to hear more. We're going to be covering the entire rest of the show, and the 3 of us are having a great time just doing commentary and things, so we're going to keep doing this even after the season is over. So if you like what you hear, we would love to have you along. And until next time, you said fuck.
I did. Broke the fuck barrier.
Well, no, you're supposed to say you said shit.
Oh, fuck.